Kim and I are in a print and cut showdown. Which is better, print and cut or cut and print? We're about to find out right now.
Do it, build it, make it. If you think that we created, do it, build it, make it. With Kim and Garrett, make it.
What is up? Welcome back. Do you like to do it, build it, or make it, and make money?
So do we.
This week we have an order for 50 ornaments for a local business, and we decided we were gonna make it take twice as long and then turn it into a versus challenge.
That's because we continue to debate which method is better. So there are two methods for printing and cutting. There's a print and cut, or there's a cut and then print using a jig. Now, I think just simply printing on your material and cutting it out is the way to go.
And everybody knows that I love to get jiggy with it, so I definitely love the good cut then print.
So we thought we would do a versus challenge. We're gonna try them both. We're gonna see which is faster, which is easier, and which is more precise. And then you'll know, and then we'll know.
And then I'll know.
So we're each gonna take a side. I'm gonna take the print and cut method.
And I will take on the persona of cut then print.
I don't even know what that means. Process one, print then cut. First thing we're gonna do is set up our design in the design software. Then we're gonna take it over to the LogoJet software and load it in there, run our print, and then we're taking it over to the Mirror 5 and we're gonna cut it out. We're gonna do a print and then cut. So let me meet you over in Illustrator and show you how I set up my design. We have our ornament file set up here. We have it set up in layers. We have 3 layers. We have the registration marks, the print layer, and the cut layer. Registration marks will always be visible. You can see these in the corners. We're going to hide the cut layer and export it as a print file, PNG with a transparent background. Next, we're going to hide the print layer, bring back the cut layer, export as an SVG because this is our cut file. We'll leave the standard settings here. Click OK. Now that we have our design complete, we have our acrylic. I'm going to be using 1/8 inch white cast acrylic. I'm going to peel the top layer, lay it on our LogoJet, turn on the vacuum, and do our print. Now we're in our LogoJet print software. We're going to import our image. Next, we're going to open our layout. And here, because we're using white acrylic, we're just going to choose color only. I'm going to open up the layout properties and go in and add a clear layer just to give a little protective over the ink. Then we're going to double click on our image. I offset it from the edge just a little, just to make sure we don't run too close to the edge. And then we're just going to hit print. Now we're going to cut out our print using our Mirror 5S and using the print and cut feature within LightBurn. Here we are in LightBurn. We're going to import our cut file that we exported earlier. Now everything is grouped here. The first thing I'm going to want to do is ungroup everything. And then we're going to select our first registration mark and move our laser head over to the selection center. This is where we'll start and align our first registration mark. So we're going to open our laser tools, print and cut, and start wizard. We're going to make sure our red dot pointer is over the center of our selection and then set the first registration mark. We're going to select the second registration mark and jog the laser head over to the second registration mark. Now we're going to line this one up perfectly centered of the registration mark and set that one. Then we're going to choose scaled, highlight everything, and make sure everything is ungrouped. When you're doing a print and cut, you want to ungroup all your objects. We're going to change our speed and power settings. We're using the Mirror 5, which is an RF tube, and we've done our test print, 20 speed and 85% power. Now we're going to select everything that we want to cut and we turn off the output for the registration marks. We don't need to cut those. We're going to send it over to the laser first, and then go to the laser and hit start.
Process 2, cut then print. I'm gonna set up my file similar in Illustrator, except using a jig template. Then we're gonna take my jig template and cut out the jig and all of the little ornament pieces over on the Eon Mira 5S. Then we'll take that jig, throw it on the logo jet, put all of our little ornament pieces back in, and we'll print them. I'll meet you in Illustrator. Our jig file is already laid out. We're gonna do just one more step than we had to do for the other one. We're gonna grab this outer edge of the jig file. Now I already have a jig template set up. We're gonna go to Object. We're gonna go to Artboards, Fit to Selected Art. There, now I'm gonna hide my print layer, and I'll export this file, export as an SVG. Now I'm going to hide both my cut layer and my jig layer, and I'm going to bring back my print layer, and we're going to say File, Export As, and we're going to say PNG. But now we're going to select this, Use Artboards, and what that will do is put out the exact size of my artboard, which is the exact size of my jig. So we'll say Export. Okay, so if I bring back my other layers, my cut layer and my jig layer, you'll see that the jig, the SVG, whoops, Control Z, the SVG that's exported this outline here is the exact size of my image, and the jig includes the little screw holes. Because cut then print doesn't rely on any red dot pointers or cameras, I can just throw my material in here, cut out my jig and all of my little ornament pieces with just framing. Now let's load our SVG into LightBurn. I'm just going to nudge it around a bit, make sure I'm in the center. Then I'm going to give it a quick frame to make sure the whole design lands on the acrylic. Then I'm going to set my parameters. I'm going to do the same. I'm going 20 millimeters per second, and we'll do the same 80% power. We'll send it over to the Eon Mira 5S, and we'll cut this sucker out. I got my jig cut out, and I have all my little ornament pieces cut out. My jig just consists of these two holes right here that make sure it's lined up on the bed of the machine. They're just gonna snap into these two screw heads. Now my jig's not gonna go anywhere. I can shake the whole thing, nothing's moving. I'm just gonna take all my little ornament pieces and slide them back into their holes. Now we're gonna open up our cut then print PNG in the LogoJet software. I'm gonna grab it, hit open. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and open up a layout. I'm gonna use the same type of layout. We're gonna go color only. Now I'm going to the print setup. I'm gonna go to layers. I'm also adding a clear, and we'll say okay. I'm going to double click to add my image, and then we're just going to go up and hit print. Okay.
Now let's talk about the pros and cons of both methods. We're going to start with the pros for the print and cut method. So let's start with, this is a great method for one-off. So if you're just doing one item, you don't have to have a jig for this. You're just going to print one item, you're going to put a couple of registration marks, and you'll cut it out. Or maybe you've got 3 items. You don't want to take the time to create a jig. So it's easier just to use a print and cut method. Another pro is optimal material usage. So you can put a registration mark in one corner, a registration mark in the other corner, and then you can nest your image and get as many as you can on one sheet of material and maximize your material usage. Pro number 3, this is ideal for large or unique shapes where every shape that you're printing is different. For an example of this, this is something like our award plaques where each name plaque is going to be a different size because each name is a different size. That would make using a jig impractical. So we're going to put each of the different name plaques on there, 2 registration marks, and cut each shape out. It's just going to be different. Pro number 4, the print and cut feature inside LightBurn handles print distortion. So if your print image is skewed at all, the print and cut feature within LightBurn, you can use the scaled feature, which will handle any kind of print distortion and adjust your cut to match the print exactly.
Now let's do some cons of print and cut. The first con that I see is that you need a red dot pointer. Not every laser has a red dot pointer, and not every laser uses LightBurn, so they won't be able to use the print and cut feature. Con number 2, risk of burning the ink. Now that the image has already been printed, if you don't have a good enough bleed or a tight enough cut, or your settings aren't perfect, you might burn the ink that you've just laid down. Con number 3, cleanup. Now that you did do your print and then you did do your cut, you're gonna have residue, so you're gonna have to clean each piece that you just cut out. Con number 4, I think it's a slower setup process inside the laser to line up each registration mark. And then, like I said, there's room for human error. What if the file's upside down? What if your print and cut board in the laser is upside down and you don't notice? Stop.
The whole thing is upside down?
It's upside down. It's too much human error. Now let's do some pros of the old cut then print. First one is that you don't need a red dot pointer. You don't need any LightBurn software. It's pretty much laser agnostic. You can make your cuts in anything. You could cut them on a CNC machine. I don't care, neither does the printer. Pro number 2, no cleanup. Because I did all my cutting before I did my printing, I don't have to clean them up. I pop them out of the jig and my project's done. Pro number 3, faster batching process. Once my jig is in place, I can just slide all these little pieces in. I don't need to look. I don't need to line anything up. I could do it with one eye closed. And pro number 4, maximum repeatability. Like I said, I could do it with one eye closed and I could just repeat it. I could pay a monkey to stand at my machine and swap these little ornaments in and out. It doesn't need to be a person with some good eyes.
Now let's talk about the cons. Con number 1, it takes extra time to create a jig and set up a jig in general. Jig alignment is crucial. I can't tell you how long it took us to get this jig set up right the first time.
Well,
now,
once you get your jig template set up the first time, from there, I don't think it's any more time than a print and cut.
And actually, what we learned is that the logo jig did come with a jig template. We just didn't know that. And con number 3, and this is a big one, you have to have a place to store the jigs. We have a wall full of jigs just leaning, all of these jigs just leaned up against the wall. There's no way to really organize them cleanly, and you have to have space for them. And over time, are you really coming back to this or not? Maybe, do you save it or
How
not?
long do you save it? Maybe if you write the project it's for and the date on it or something and then file it away. We need a jig filing cabinet, a jiggy cabinet.
No, I'm embarrassed. We've had a little fun going through the Versus Challenge, print and cut, cut then print. But really, we just wanted to explain the 2 different methods and then share that sometimes one is better than the other. So if you're doing small batch, one-off, unique things, print and cut method is definitely the way to go.
But if you're doing large batch, super repeatable products, then I'm gonna say jig and cut then print is the way to go. What method do you think won? Was it print and cut or cut and print? Did you catch all the information that we spewed at you? Probably not, but don't worry, we have you. We have a free download link below. It'll probably take you over to Patreon. That's where our Patreon family lives. Big thanks to the Make It Mafia. We love you guys, and that is the best way to support this channel. We have a bunch of free files, but it's really all about the community over there. And I really don't have anything to balance. I think I'll just balance my little jig.
While you're in Patreon, take a look at some bonus content. Garrett did his whole cut and print persona with a Cockney accent.
Oh, I sure did. That was horrible. Process number 2. I'm cut and print. First, I'm going to set up my file in Illustrator.
Then we'll take that file over to the Eon Mirror 5S. We'll cut them out, and we'll take them over to the Logo Jet, and we'll go ahead and do all of our printing. Done.